Have you ever seen that video of the ant and the pen?
No.
They get an ant on a piece of paper, plain A4 piece of paper, and the guy on YouTube, it's like got millions of views on YouTube, just with a biro, draws a circle around the ant. And the ant runs to the edge of the circle and believes it's trapped, and it will not cross that line. It will not cross that line. Looking down on it from a bird's eye view, you go, oh no, it's just a figment of its imagination. As the guy's drawing the circle smaller and smaller, he accidentally draws it so close to the spider that the spider steps over the biro, and then it can never ever in its life be trapped by the biro again. And you watch it just run off the page, and he's trying to trap it again, and it can never, because it realizes that's just a wall it's built in its mind.
It could be you. It could be you if you just get the up, see what you want to do, tunnel vision. F the parties, the distractions, all that. I tell people that if you believe in yourself, like, and you actually believe, not just like, oh, I believe in myself because I was told by Chris and Jesse on a podcast too. Like, if you genuinely believe in yourself, you are 75% already there.
I believe in the law of attraction, and I believe that that you can speak things into existence. And I believe that when you know where you're going and you know what you want, the universe has a way of stepping aside for you.
What would you do if you weren't afraid? And I love thinking about that when I'm thinking about big life decisions. Like, what would I do if I weren't afraid? And it's usually like the big one, the bigger thing that I really want to do, but I'm afraid to do it.
The secret is about the law of attraction. I discovered this book when I was probably about 19, and I was living in a little flat in Manchester. Life had got quite difficult, and it basically talks about the law of attraction and the power of the mind and picturing something and almost believing that you've got it before it's even happened.
There's this thing about people, and they talk about manifesting. It's fucking real, man. Manifesting is real. When you figure out who you are and what you want to do, and you devote your life to it like a maniac, like you're all in on this thing, and you manifest, most of these people end up, doing what they say they're going to do and being who they say they're going to become. It's real. And there's no excuses. There's no fucking days off. There's no, not willing to grind and, everybody's against me and this didn't happen for me because of this and that and all this whining and pussy ass bullshit that a lot of people do these days. It's these people who dive in and they're hardcore and they're focused and they know what they want. They know who they are, and they lay out these short-term goals and this roadmap on how to get there. Most of those people make it.
Wow, so your brain doesn't really know the difference between, say that again?
Between something that happened in real life or something that you strongly visualize.
Wow, it's the same reason why when we watch a movie or something, we're able to get lost in it.
Yeah.
We're able to believe in it because wow, so you could create enough of a visualization for yourself if you really were to powerfully start to focus on it and do that and build that ability to visualize something that your brain at one point would have to think it's so true that the world would meet you and put it into your life.
I love the way you put that.
The most difficult thing I've ever done was to believe that I can do it. When you don't know what's impacting you, and it's something that's holding you down and you're not aware of it. When you live in a dominant culture that is designed to destroy your sense of self and your belief in yourself, and you have to learn ways in which you can begin to connect with this power that you have within yourself to handle where you are.
My sister, when I was a young kid at around 15 years of age, unsure where I was going, came to me with a book, The Secret, and preaching the law of attraction. And I was like, stop, get away from me, I'm only a young kid, I didn't care about that, I wanted to just go and play, I wasn't interested, I was almost laughing at it. But then she kept on me with it, and I eventually watched a movie on it and read some books on it, and then it started to resonate with me, like to keep positive and have belief in where you're going, and you're able to, you can almost visually create your entire world. No, not almost, you actually can.
Huge Biggie Smalls fan, and he wrote a song called The Sky is the Limit. And as a kid growing up, I believed that. I believed that whatever I put my mind to, and if I was willing to make sacrifices and I was dedicated, that I could achieve absolutely anything.
I say chase your dreams, man. Do that thing, man, that keeps you up at night. That thing that bothers you, man, that makes you trip. You can't quit thinking about it. You always, that thing, man, that You wake up in the middle of the night, you got a new idea. That's what you got to chase. Because anything else, it's gonna disappoint you.
Nobody seen my vision. Nobody believed in what I was talking about. And I get it. That's cool. Just give me some time and I'm gonna show you how we finna do this.
If you don't have the mindset that you're the best ever, you failed already.
I feel to be at the pinnacle of any game. In any, whatever you do, you've got to be a little bit gone to it. You're not all there. You've got to be almost insane to your craft. Not a lot of people can understand that.
We become what we think about. Now, it may be fantasy at first. It might even appear to us as being a lie. But if you read it often enough, you'll start to believe it. And when William James said, believe and your belief will create the fact, you will see the person's personality change. I watch people in the seminars personality change right in front of my eyes. And all they're doing is starting to see themselves different. They're starting to think different thoughts.
He who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right.
I'm gonna beat these guys. I can beat all of them. Yeah.
But if you have something in your heart, go for it, chase it, give it all you got, and find out where it takes you. These other jobs, all this other stuff, college, this is all gonna be there for you. That's always there for you. The opportunity right now to chase your dreams, you only got one life. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You're right back where you started. Chase those dreams, man. I try to tell that to every kid I ever meet. Chase your dreams. Nothing's too crazy. You believe it, make them believe it.
Bro, I can manifest like a motherfucker.
Do you believe in it in the metaphysical sense? You believe
100%. Everything comes from the imagination. So the power of the mind, people don't understand. We still don't understand. I still don't understand how powerful it is. I'm still learning. But I know one thing is I can make things happen. I can go into levels. I just can't tell the world, but like there's levels that like I've manifested things that I'm just like, I still shock myself. Like, how the fuck did I make that happen? And this is not even to do with fighting. This is to do with my personal life. And I'm like, I made that happen. And this is through this like manifesting subconsciously as well. Just years of something just manifesting, and boom, it's right there. I'm just like, shit, I really made that happen. It's scary, man.
It's more like an obsession now. Everything I do is something to do with this, you know? Everything it's always in my head. I'm always thinking about it. I'm definitely obsessed with it.
Everything we think comes into existence. So only think things that you want to come into existence. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So you gotta protect your mind.
I've been playing with that law of attraction and visualization a long time. So since I'm 16, since I first discovered it, I done everything I said I was gonna do. I was laughed at. I was literally laughed at to win that second world title. When I first came I was gonna take these 2 world titles down, laughed at. That's never gonna happen. An Irish man even winning the UFC. When I said that, I was laughed at. So I said I was gonna win the 2 world titles, I won them. I done everything I said I was gonna do. Every move is a calculated step. Make no mistake about that.
Discipline your thoughts. Stop thinking too much. Don't go into the past. Don't go into the future. Be in the present. Why? Because only then it's possible that the mind is free, the capacity is free, and now you can completely immerse into whatever you are doing. And this means you have arrived.
You have to believe in yourself and have to know that it's only one you. You're an amazing individual, unique. You're a miracle. I wake up every day and I'm like, this shit is crazy.
You have to be crazy enough to think that it's possible. That's how you fucking do something worthwhile. That's how you beat the fucking odds.
Act like the person you want to become. That's not fake it till you make it, by the way. This is intentional. Intentionally act like the person you want to become. Because when you intentionally act like the person you want to become, your brain sees you taking those actions, so your brain starts to change the way it relates to you.
In life, folks, you cannot change your life unless you change something. If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got.
It don't matter how much it feel like it ain't gonna work.
Delusional.
complete delusion. You gotta believe the delusion. Because it's only delusional until it works. So is it really delusional?
You're crazy until you're successful. Then you're a genius.
When you have the vision and you're able to manifest, but then you also put the work in, magic happens, man. Magic, that's where the magic is. But a lot of people never get there. Unfortunately, a lot of people, we're blessed that we can dream.
Yeah, I truly believe we are all equal as human beings. If we are obsessed with something and we truly pursue our passion with everything we have, regardless of anything else, if you are obsessed, work hard, put in the time, you will succeed.
I believe so much in myself, and I have a bulletproof mind, and when I go out there, I know what I'm able to do, and I do it good.
Just believe in yourself and be cocky and be confident and just be humble, train hard.
They're all crazy.
Yeah, everybody's the best of their game.
They're all crazy.
They're all crazy, no matter what you do.
They're all, there's a touch of genius and there's a touch of madness.
I say that madness and genius are next door neighbors and they borrow each other's sugar.
And it was my motivation because despite my situation at the time, I always believed that, I don't know why, but it seems like I had some voice in my mind who told me that it's gonna happen. How? I don't know, but it's gonna happen.
If you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen. A lot of times people believe in certain things, but they keep to themselves. They don't put it out there. If you truly believe in it, if you become vocal with it, you are creating that law of attraction and it will become reality.
You have to be a little maniacal with the shit. Maniac, right? That word isn't good in a lot of situations, but when you're pursuing your destiny, when you identify with your destiny, you have to be selfish, you have to be maniacal, you have to be uncompromising. And you have to move in a way, when it comes to those three things, when you function completely in a way where it's an unwavering faith.
Dream big, dare to dream, because everything is possible. Don't let anybody take away the dream. Doesn't matter where you're coming from. I actually think that the more disadvantaged childhood you have, the more difficulties and more challenges you have, the stronger you become.
It's funny, when you're making lots of money, it's like admirable, it's respectable. It's like, look, those are traits we want. But when you're not successful, you're a lunatic.
Your mind is designed to help you get what you want. You just have to be willing to believe it's possible.
Project yourself into the future and say, where do I want to be in 5 to 10 years? If I could design a perfect life, so my life was perfect in every respect, my relationships, my income, my work, my family, my health, my home, my car, what would it be? This is the starting point of great achievement, because what will happen is that if you can clearly define that target, you can hit it.
But you can have all the muscles in the world, but if you are not mentally strong, because that's a so specific moment, when you are in the backstage, you need your mind so badly. You need it more than your body sometimes. Because, as I told you, you can have all the muscles in the world, but you need this muscle as strong as possible, you know?
Believe in yourself. Don't fear failure. Dream big. Work hard. Stay positive. Enjoy the journey.
Dreams are something you have to believe in. I almost gave up on mine. To all of you out there, please keep your dreams alive.
I always felt like I could do anything. That's the main thing people are controlled by. Thoughts, their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. I was taught I could do everything.
If you give up on your dreams, what do you have left? Nothing. I can't live that way. I have to live on the edge.
The Bible says a man is as he thinketh. If you live your life in expectations, that's what happens to you. If you live your life in despair, that's what happens to you.
it's like there are a lot of talented people who never make it because they don't have the work ethic to make it. It's not just talent. Like, talent's a piece.
Yeah.
And you could argue for some people the work ethic trumps the talent.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a multimillionaire. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be healthy and have a nice home and take care of your family. But the system will tell you, you have to work, you have to be an employee. When you realize that the way to make money, the way to liberate yourself isn't through the ways of the system. It's not through a 9 to 5. It's through self-development. It's through the understanding of the game. It's through understanding how the system works and understanding how to exploit the system to your advantage, because there's loopholes that were created intentionally by people that created the rules of the system that you abide by.
But guess what? You will never feel this level of happiness if you don't go for something in your own life. When they knock you down, when they try on you, when they talk about you, and they try to put their foot on your neck, if you stay down, you will never ever get that resolve.
My hero, that's who I chase. Now, when I was 15 years old, I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I got to think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I come back 2 weeks later, this person comes up and says, who's your hero? And I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, so are you a hero? And I was like, not even close. No. She said, why? I said, because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero's always 10 years away. I'm never going to be my hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me, because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing.
The mind is but a magnet to what you want. You know what I'm saying? The law of attraction, like all the laws of the universe. I studied all the laws of the universe. You know what I'm saying? And I fully apply that.
There are 4 parts of visualization that you can learn and practice to assure that you use this incredible power to its best advantage all the days of your life. Now, the first aspect of visualization is called frequency. This refers to the number of times that you visualize a particular goal as achieved, of yourself performing in an excellent way in a particular event or circumstance. Repeat a clear mental picture of your very best performance or result, the more rapidly it will appear as part of your reality.
Back then, I'd occasionally be like, man, like, should I try to be more normal? But I just could never do it. Anytime I tried to, I mean, I've mentioned this before, but one of the like things that like I have a memory of that like really is burned in my brain is like people, one time like a high schooler told me when I was in middle school, like, all you do is talk about YouTube. Like, do you like know how to do anything else? Like, you're just like a freak. And I tried to like watch South Park, because that's what a lot of people in my school watch to fit in. And I just couldn't. I was like, this is such a waste of time. I could be working right now. And I tried to do all these things to like fit in, and I eventually just like stopped talking because I just didn't relate to anyone. And people used to call me mute. Like, one of my teachers literally asked like if I was mute, like, because that's how little I spoke, because no one in the school I went to was entrepreneurial or wanted to build businesses, and I just didn't want to do anything else. And eventually I started to succeed, found other lunatics, and now life's great. But I like to tell this story when I'm on podcasts, because if you have a younger viewer who's in that same spot, you're not the problem, it's your environment, and you just gotta put yourself in a better environment.
Never say you can't do it. Say, I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet.
I want to thank me. I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work. I want to thank me for having no days off. I want to thank me for never quitting. I want to thank me for always being a giver and trying to give more than I receive. I want to thank me for trying to do more right than wrong. I want to thank me for just being me at all times.
There's a verse in the Bible that says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So whatever you're thinking about, that's who you will become. Because thoughts lead to actions, actions lead to habits, habits lead to lifestyle.
It's in my head 24/7. There's nothing else I can think. I don't think about nothing else. And that's it. I'm just curiously fascinated with it, and I can't stop thinking about it. Everything I do in my life is related to this. I don't do nothing else if it's not got to do with fighting. You know what I mean? And that is why. You know what I mean? To be true, all you've got to do is show up.
Is that not unhealthy?
I don't know. Do I look unhealthy? Take a look at this physique. I'm in phenomenal shape, in body and mind. To me, what's unhealthy is living an unhealthy life. To me, what's unhealthy is getting up and going through the same day every day of your life, 9 to 5, in an office or in a, you know, that's unhealthy. That beats your mind.
Most people walk around with no goals, no ambition. They don't know where they're going. It's like a ship with no destination. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there. Once you know where you want to go, then you direct your time, your energy, and your attention to what? To the execution and the achievement of that goal. If you want to make money, you will make money. If you want a good network, you will have a good network. If you want to build a great podcast with great hosts and great guests, you will build a podcast in that way. It's all about intention. But most people walk around in life thinking that life is just a big fat lottery. And it's just not that case. Those that live by the lottery of life most likely end up losing.
The world belongs to optimists, because if you're going to do anything big, you have to believe that it can happen. Otherwise, it never will. Sean Puri says the cynics get to be right and the optimists get to be rich. 99% right and 100% wrong. They're right 99% of the time, but they're wrong 100% because the only thing that matters is the big one at the end. Your family and friends will say that every girl you ever date is not good enough, except for the one time you find the girl that you're actually going to marry.
We become what we think about most of the time, and that's the strangest secret. This is why thinking is so vital. This is why a goal is so important, because we will become that.
Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they produce your future.
The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation.
I have been feeling like the UFC world champion since the day I arrived here.
You need a vision for the future to motivate you to change, because it's easier to do nothing. So you need a reason to act.
Champions find a way to make it happen. No matter how long it takes, they find a way.
Today, I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am.